Sunday. So, and I have a feeling that my fan is going to be loud and buzzing in the background. So let me turn that off real quick because it does make a weird sound for everybody, at least as far as from what I can understand before and back. So I'll turn that off. Um, I'm trying to get this started. Today I am by myself because Scott is doing a job. So there we go. Well, let's see who's here. Ugh. So, hope everybody's having a good Memorial weekend. Party, party. Just kidding. That's what everybody does around here, at least. It's a party weekend, and people come in, and the lake gets filled with boats, and it gets pretty crazy around here. So, let's see who we got. Judy is here. She says, hello, Tiffany, Scott, and quilting friends. And just so you guys know, again, Scott's not here today. He may be here by the time I get off of here, off of the video, but he'll probably be gone the whole time. Hi, Lisa. Says Scott, will catch the replay. Having ribs on the cob with the in-laws. Hope everyone's having a safe Memorial weekend. Yes. Suanna's here. Says hi, Tiff, Scott, and everyone who will join in. Nice to be on time tonight. It's a nice spring day in Idaho. Shirley is here. Hi, Tiffany, Scott, and I am binding my dragon quilt, the beast, while watching. I'm going to be binding today, too. Look at that. Angela's here. Hi, Tiffany, Scott, and everyone joining. Cut and sewed side border on a quilt today, but one of those days seemed to go right well. Get a fresh start in the morning. Okay. Jim is here. He says hi. Suburban is here. She says hi, y'all. Chris is here. Says hello. Rowena is here. Says hello, everyone. What a beautiful day here in Indiana. Julie is here. Says hello, everyone. Vicky is here and says hello. Kim is here. Says hello, everyone. Katrina is here. Hello, Tiffany. Sorry I'm late. You're not late, everybody. You guys are just right on time. I haven't even started doing anything besides reading. We got Diana here saying hello. Bernie is here, says hello, Tiffany and Scott. Doris is here, says good evening, everyone. Cold day here in Tennessee today. Oh, it's cold. It's hot here. I'll trade you. I need a little bit of cool down, only because I don't feel good. We got Jill here, says hello, Tiffany, Scott, and all watching. Kim's telling everybody to remember the thumbs up. Thank you, Kim. Shelly is here, says hi, Tiffany. Deborah's here, says hi, Tiffany. BJ is here, says hello, Tiffany and Scott. Paula is here, says hello. Maggie's here, says hello, Tiffany. A very rainy day here in New Hampshire. Rainy. Ooh, that's what we need too. Rain. Can you just blow it my way? Rain or coolness, something. Because it's like stale hot outside. It sucks. A total washout for gatherings, yeah. For barbecues, at least. Inside should be okay if it's raining. We got B here. Hello. She says hello, everyone. June is here. Says hi, Scott and everyone. Tiff, Scott, and everyone. I'm trying to read fast. As you can tell, I read fast and miss a lot of stuff. We got Joe here. Says hello, all. Cold here in VA. We set a record for a low temp here. Wow, that's cool. Especially since it's spring for most of you. It's summer here, but spring for most of the world right now. Mary Jane is here. Hi. Alma is here saying good evening. And that's it so far. So I need to tap my iron to make sure that it stays on and doesn't start beeping soon. I need to bind this quilt today, and I need to make a tag. But since Scott's not here and he's out on a run doing stuff for like side job, I need to monogram, and I'm just going to sit here and do it and attempt to just hang out with you guys while I'm doing that. And then I'm going to make the binding, which I cut from the leftover pieces from the fabric that I used to put the backing together, as well as I just cut up the last of the fabric that was for it. It's not, I don't think I'm going to need all this, but I always have leftover binding, and it goes into like a little tub of leftover binding. And one of these days I'll probably just hook them all together and put them all around something scrappy because I have a ton of it. I'm actually going to start by doing these, connecting them end to end, and then what I'll do is turn myself around to that side and do the monogramming on the thing, because I'm only putting on a small tag because this is a small quilt, so I'm just gonna, it's called Baby Strings. That's what I named it because it's such little tiny squares of strings. So I'm gonna monogram on that, and then I should be pretty quick with the binding on it because it's not a very big quilt. It's only 47 by 56. Or 46 by 56. It's literally like the perfect kid size, baby size quilt. Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter says, hey, Tiff Scott and Quilty Peeps. Stephanie. I will try to remember, Stephanie. Julie says, yes, our low is 43 in Illinois last night. We're below the average for this time of year. Wow. Heather is here, says, hey, hey. Maggie is here saying hi. $2 living at me also. Okay, you guys are just talking amongst yourselves. So I'm going to just go ahead and connect these pieces together. I'm using a green thread that I have in here that's pretty much almost the same as the green thread that I quilted this with. And I gotta tell you guys right now, remind me not to quilt quilts with no handlebars, because after yesterday, my hand pain is not very good at all. It hurts so bad, so that's definitely not a good way to hold the long arm. But if you don't have handlebars, know that you can still do it. It's just painful after a while. Oh, good. I had to check my stitch length, but it seems to be where I need it. So I'm just hooking these strips end to end and make the binding, or start the binding part at least. And then everything else I'll get done when I get done, as I get it done. Teresa's here, says hi, Tiffany and Scott. Hi, Teresa. Everybody's still saying hello to each other. I'm like very, very, very fatigued. It's odd. I have been for like a whole, more than a week, and I don't know. Today I'm a little on the weaker side, but I know it's just because I got up and did stuff yesterday and I hadn't done anything, so it just made me feel weaker. Kind of like feels like I went to the gym and did a 24-hour workout. That's kind of what I feel like. Just, ugh. We got Mary here. She says hello. Patty C is here. She says hi, Tiffany and Scott. Nita's here. Hello, Tiffany, Scott, and Quilty friends. And that's it so far. Oh, Patty is here. She says hi, everyone. Yeah, Scott's not here today. For those that are joining, he's out on a side job. He's picking up dead bodies for the morgue. I know, I just said that out loud, right? He took a side job to make a little bit of extra money right now, since we're kind of like super broke, to work for the morgue, because he doesn't mind dead bodies. So, which is good, gives him something to do. Dora says, after being in the 80s and low 90s last week, it feels very cold, and the 50s low was 48 last night. Wow. It was like 76 here last night, I think. The last time I looked before I came in for good and didn't go outside at all anymore. Alright, so I'm just going to trim all these extra pieces off because I'm literally making the bindings as well as everything else. We all know how that goes. Gotta get it done though. Mary is here. Hello, Mary. Everyone's asking Nita how she's doing. Angela says extra money always helps. Yes, it does. And I'm not doing any long arm jobs because I have no screen right now, so it does help. Because that way we can't always depend on me being able to long arm or make quilts from start to finish for people, which usually tapers down anyway in the summertime, so it always has, because not everybody wants a quilt in the summertime, although it's best to come to me in the summertime to get one made start to finish, because that way it's done by winter. But that's okay. Alright, so that's ready. Close that. Toss these little scraps in my drawer, which is kind of situated again. I finally started cleaning up in here. And then now to make my little thingy, which I'll bring this over here with me. Stay. Hi June. It's the little live ones you have to watch out for. Yeah, exactly. So I'm sewing hexies today. That sounds fun. Angela said barely made it to the 60s in central New York. Patty can't stay long, had horseback mounting failure and trying to heal fast. Oh yeah, that's gotta suck. Scrappy quilt looks great. Hugs and love to all. Patty's co-worker's husband picks up also. Someone's got to do it. Yeah, there's always a job in the dead. Sorry. Let's see. Nita's doing okay. Just had to pick up our cats from Maine. Sadly, she didn't make it. That sucks, Nita. I'm pretty sure that the cat made you sad today, huh? Stuff it, please. It's gonna shut off like 500 times. I just purchased that rotary from yeah, it's a good one. Yes, and actually, so far since my surgery, my carpal tunnel release, that's the only rotary cutter I can use in my hand because I still don't have the strength, and that one does not require strength for cutting. I mean, it requires a little bit, but the strength comes from the arm, not from the shoulder and elbow. So, which is kind of good. Teresa's talking about her problem that she had with the horseback. Kathy's here. She says, hi, Tiffany, Scott, and everyone. She'll have a place under our oak tree. That's beautiful. That'll be awesome. And that's it. Okay. I'm going to put that to the side, and I'm going to put the letters, because this is already pre-made. I just have the Tiffany Groff quilting designs on the front, and then I put the name of the quilt and the month and year on the back side. So this one is baby strings. So I'm just going to put in the word baby and my monogramming and strings. So 2, 1, 2, 25. So there's the word baby, and I got to find my petal. And then just try to keep it straight, not mess up. And I'm typing this, or monogramming it out with a different green thread, but it looks similar to the rest of the green threads because that's all I have. Now I'm going to put the word strings on here, so let's get rid of those letters. S, T, R, I, N, G, S. All right. typing that out. Aw, Suburban, you too? Sorry guys that your fur babies aren't making it. Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter, which is Stephanie. I'll have to scroll back up and remember that again. It is the Brother SQ9285. And I didn't even bring little, here's a pair, little snips over here with me. Yeah, it's the Brother SQ9285. It's just a cheapy little Walmart machine. That's like family, yes they are.
You made that noise?
What noise?
Sounded like frontal.
Oh, I don't know, go check. That's so cool. So it's different from an embroidery machine. Yes, it's different from an embroidery machine because it types it out like as if it was a typewriter in all capital letters. Alright, now to put, what's this month? May. I can't forget this month because today is actually my son Damon's birthday. It's his 21st birthday. I called him earlier and told him happy birthday, but he was in California at my mom's house picking up a car, so he wasn't even home, but I'll be seeing him tomorrow. BJ wants to know, does the rotary cutter use standard rotary blades? Yeah, you can use the Martelli rotary blades in it, or you can use the Alpha rotary blades or the Fiskars. They all fit in it. They all fit the same and they all work the same, so I don't see why not. I'm using anything other than the Martelli ones. Alright, so I'm going to delete that now, but May of 2020. So I need M13, A1, Y25. Let that type out. Mine will do basic monogram. Yes, this is just basic monogramming. They're like almost 3/4 of an inch in size, the letters. Hi, Billy. Need us to hold each other up. Oops, need a love. Scoop that. Now I'm going to put in 2020. 33. Or 2021, you know what I meant. 2 and 1. Let's see. Thank you all for the prayers of thought. We appreciate them all. Quilting friends are the best one. Yes, they are, Anita. Hi, Judy. Alright, now that that's typed out, I have to go through and, where they are, right there. Snip the connecting threads just like you would do with embroidery machines. I'm going to tap this again because I know it's going to shut off. And this is the part that takes a minute, and I don't pre-snip away the my Tiffany Groff quilting designs either, so I actually have to do that as well. And then I will show you guys how I fold these little tags. It's just a oh, I forgot now, 4" by 5" square that I do these with. And then I put interfacing on them. You can either put it on one side or both. I put it on both sides, so it's a pretty thick tag when it's put together. But I put it on both sides because I usually monogram on both sides of it. And then all you have to do is snip away all the attaching threads, which shouldn't be hard if you have a nice little tiny pair of snips like these. These are the Karen K. Buckley little tiny ones, so they got little serrated blades, and the cool part is you slide it under and it snips the thread apart just by sliding it under the thread. And then I just find the rest of it. And they're really, really tiny, so they have a great little point to them, and they get under these little areas so nicely. So it doesn't really take that long to snip all it apart. And I don't snip the back side, only the side that's visible to the eye. The back side I just leave alone, because that's going to be hidden in the tag when it's connected to the quilt permanently. So this part does take a minute to do, because I got to get between every letter so that it doesn't look weird, because it kind of looks weird when they're connected, all the letters. Alright, now to the opposite side. Where was I? I was at Judy. Okay, where are we? Everyone's welcoming everybody that's new. Kim is welcoming everyone. Says, remember, thumbs up. Thank you, Kim. Kathleen says, hi to y'all. Listening while driving to Joann's. What are you going to Joann's for? You gonna get yourself some fabric? Make your stash bigger? I got an email from them that they're having a store-wide sale for Memorial Day. But it's not as anything different than their normal sales, it seemed like, when I went on the website. So I was like, I don't need to buy anything. Missouri Star is having a big Memorial Day sale. And if you guys didn't know, I think it's tomorrow's episode or Tuesday's episode on Missouri Star. Mark, the Quilting Marine, is actually going to be on Missouri Star Quilt Company. I don't know if it's tomorrow's live or the next one, so you guys will have to watch out for that, for all of you that know Mark, the Quilting Marine, and follow him. I don't know exactly what he's doing or what they're doing on there, but I'm pretty sure, because it has something to do with Memorial Day and veterans, and so on and so forth. Usually it's Misty that's on Tuesdays, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I do know that much at least, that he'll be on Missouri Star. Ah, come on. Let's see. She has an embroidery machine. Cliff said I can't play with that machine. That sucks for you, Katrina, because that would be so fun to play on an embroidery machine and actually, you know, some of them come with like already built on designs. Actually, they all should, at least like 100 designs, you know. Just to do that, just to put a Mickey Mouse if you want on something, or a butterfly, or you know what I'm talking about. Just whatever. So it kind of sucks that you're not allowed to play with that machine, because that would be fun. That's my next want, is a embroidery machine someday. Someday. Mine is young. He walked off as I was getting on. I missed the legs. And he got startled, went downhill from there, and I did get on, and we had a great ride. Had to cowgirl up. Well, get better fast, Patty. Made probably 50 quilts since I started, and maybe 3 or 4 have a tag, as I always forget. Yeah, I sometimes forget, but I try not to anymore these days, because that way I know that I'm doing it every time. But there are a few quilts that I don't have tags on, but I try to get them all now, even the little ones. The wall hangings and stuff like that, if they're for somebody or somebody gets one from me, I usually just sign those with fabric ink, with a fabric marker, if I can, somewhere on them. Oh, get out there. There we go. Alright, last. And then I just wipe away, and then if some don't pop
I'm
up,
gonna jump in
then,
the shower. I'll be in a second.
yeah. If some don't move, that's, there we go. So I'll come up and show you. It just says baby strings, and then it says May of 2021, and then it says Tiffany Groff Quilting Designs. So what I do from here is, first off, I'm going to hang these up before I forget, because these are super sharp, and I have poked myself with them, and they are just sharp, sharp, sharp. Is I'm going to fold this together like this, so it's right sides together, and I'm going to sew down both sides with a 1/4 inch seam. Be nice if my thread wasn't stuck. And then go down the opposite side with a 1/4 inch seam. And then I always cut away this corner. I don't cut the stitching, I just cut up to the stitching. That way when I fold it, that there's no bulk in this corner, and it helps it lay better. And then I just fold the whole thing right back out again to where it's right side out. Poke my little corners. Just like that. Toss the trash, and then I'm going to iron it down so that it's nice and flat, and then it's completely sewed in to itself, so there's no raw or loose edges. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away a little bit more of the bottom of this, because it's kind of far, and I just need the binding to come up to it, so now it's just a little bit smaller. Okay, and now that my binding is already sewed, now I just need to press that. So let me read the comments before I press that. Heather says she got some batiks from Joann's yesterday. That sounds wonderful. I wish I could go to get some batiks.
Sorry about that.
Kathleen says, not a great sell, but I need a little muslin. Something cheap for inner layer of ironing thread. Tiff suggestions for ironing. You mean for ironing board? Not a great sell, but I need a little muslin. It's something cheap for the inner layer. I would just use scrap batting if you're putting an ironing board together. Just throw a bunch of scrap batting pieces in there if you have a bunch of scrap cotton batting. Bernie has never put on a label. Why not? Why not? Somebody's got to know who made these quilts, you know. Especially if it gets lost. I see so many posts on, you know, groups that are on Facebook and stuff about quilts that get lost, or someone's house was robbed, or a grandson couldn't be found, and they found these things because the quilt had a tag on it, and they found the maker, which reunites the maker with the quilt, and or something happens, say a family member passed away, or you didn't even know it, and it ends up in a Goodwill center or something, and there's still a tag on that quilt, but that person that found it at the Goodwill can contact the original person that made this quilt and said, I found your quilt, and then you find out that something bad happened to somebody, and it ended up there, and you never knew it. I mean, you can find out a lot of information just from a tag being on the quilt. Just a suggestion. You never know, you know, unless you're just donating a ton of quilts. I mean, that's a different story, but when you know you're giving it to someone and things like that, a quilt can be easily tracked down if there's a tag on it. And even better if there's pictures. Since now everything is online these days. Katrina says she has hundreds of discs. That's wonderful. That means she has lots and lots of designs to choose from. You should find out if you can use that machine. Just beg, please, 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 please. My main sewing embroidery machine is in the shop. Aw, that sucks. Hi Brenda from Canada. Hope you're having a good. Yes, I am. Hi Linda, welcome. Hi Shelly, welcome. Tiffany, I forget then I have the binding on it. See, you don't have to put these kind of tags. You can put an after tag, which is a square, whatever, and you just glue it on and then hand sew it onto the back side as well. You can do that if you forget. Tiff and Scott, you two on. Yep, Scott's here now. So he's going to take over the comments while I go over here and press this binding now. Because he is back.
I'm here, I'm here.
And I'm just going to turn the camera now so that you
I
guys
do that.
can
I can do that.
stare at my bottom while I press the binding.
I'll do that. Well, you
So
put
it's
the
just
camera really
2.5
far
inch
away
binding
today.
for those that are curious. It's the same as I normally do for these thicker batting quilts.
There you go. Hello, everyone. Hi, Cherry. Yes, I eat all day. There's never a time of the day when I'm not eating.
Except for right now. 'Cause you're
Well,
doing it.
yeah, but. Hi, Deborah. Hello, everyone. Hello. Oh, that's a cool binding.
It's
What's the matter?
the backing fabric.
What's the matter? Get caught or something?
It always gets caught right there on the edge.
Mm.
So, now that I don't have to read all the comments while working, what are you guys working on today? Besides those of you who are at the Joann's or just got back from Joann's, you guys are just playing with fabric. That's all you're doing, huh?
Hi, Christine.
What is everybody working on?
Christine's here from Queensland. She just had an aneurysm 5 weeks ago and surgery and everything.
Oh man, that's got a brain one, or like somewhere like in the heart or near the heart or something. 'Cause I
Head.
know, and
It must be
aneurysms
brain
can
because she
be-
said she has a head full of staples.
Oh man, that's gotta suck really bad. Hope you heal well from that one. I watched Grey's Anatomy. I learned about aneurysms.
Deborah says no sewing today. It's garden work all day. Cherry's just finishing up neighbor quilt from Sew Becca.
Ah.
Christine says I'm doing great. After surgery and everything. Let's see. Diane is working a card trick block. That sounds cool.
That one's fun. I haven't done one of those in a while. I should do one of those.
Susan says, anyone getting the feed? What do you mean? Are you not getting the words?
Refresh the
Yeah, refresh your
the
thing.
feed. You just go to the chat, press X, let it do its thing, and then press live chat again, the little live chat square. Press it again, it should come right back up. And then I suggest to everyone pressing the live chat and not top chat. That way you can see all the comments. There's a little three lines up at the top of the screen, and you just right at the top of the chat screen, and it says live or top for the comments. That way you can see all of them, because some comments are held for review from certain people who have settings on their YouTube itself.
Shirley says I'm binding too. Do you want to race?
Mine's gonna go quick, it's so small, but when I'm talking and reading and everything, then it takes forever. But yeah, let's race. Tell me when you're done. We'll see when I'm done.
Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilters, finishing cutting up all the scrap pile.
That's Stephanie.
Okay.
I have to remember that. It's hard to remember everybody that has a different name on here. But Stephanie shouldn't be too hard to forget because Stephanie and Tiffany are close in name. You know? I have another friend named Stephanie, so shouldn't be too hard.
Kathy's not feeling too good today, so she's not doing anything.
Aw, get better.
Carissa's sewing 64 more half square triangles.
Boy, still on those, huh?
Jim is sewing 2.5 inch squares.
Just to sew them, huh? Is that what you're doing, Jen? Just
Kim.
to sew them?
Kim went shopping today, so she's not sewing, and Bernie's doing laundry.
Laundry. Laundry day. We're going to a barbecue next door for tomorrow for Memorial Weekend. Crazy barbecue.
Carissa says yes. Ugh.
But when you're done and it's completely finished, you're going to be like, oh, yay. And it's going to look amazing, too.
June just finished binding the big stars today. She says I'll never use flannel again and probably won't make big quilts anymore either.
Aww. I don't really use flannel much in the fronts of quilts. Yes, on the back, but not really much on the front. Alright, binding is now complete.
Alma just put binding on her Bring Home the Christmas Tree quilt. So cute and proud of herself.
Alright, so I'm going to find a bottom corner and put the tag on it, as well as line up my 1/4 inch seam guide because, well, you guys all know I can't sew a straight seam at all.
BJ found 1 yard pre-cuts of fabric at Walmart for $1.43.
Wow.
Bought 9 of them.
So I always backstitch when I put these tags on because, especially if it's going to a child, because this is a children's quilt, they'll get ripped off if you barely put, I mean, there's stitching obviously from the binding as well as stitching it down and so on and so forth, but I always back tack just in case.
Kelly's working on the cathedral window quilt.
Alright, so I'm going to change my stitch length and I'm going to sew the binding onto the back and then turn it around to the front. I'm going to start about right here.
Bernie finished one of the dredges today. We'll need to post a pic.
Ooh.
Eventually, Tiff has to finish her little wall hanging.
Yeah, I got to do the secondary project from the Dresden's. Alright. Here we go. Let's get this binding on here. You can unplug the iron now. I'm done with it.
Oh,
Just
okay.
gonna
Sorry,
make it hot
I was
in here.
reading. I wasn't paying attention. Angela says, like your pieced backing.
The what?
Like your pieced backing.
Oh,
The
yes.
backing.
I didn't have enough of this purple, so I decided I took what I had of it and then I split it into 10-inch or 10.5-inch strips, and then no, it was the green I split into 10.5 strips. I just split the purple in half directly, so half of it's on this side, half of it's on that side, and then there was a 10.5-inch strip in top, medium, or top, middle, bottom. Why did I say medium? I have no idea. But obviously I did have to line the quilt up, so only a certain amount ended up on the top and bottom, and then those leftovers went as part of the binding. So it was pretty easy to do. Since it's a scrap quilt, and since every quilt I make, I never make the backing to match anything, and if I do, it's, you know, I do my best to do something fun with it, unless it's like a really big quilt, and I just throw, you know, 9 yards of fabric together and call it a day. But with the little ones, I try to like use up different fabrics so that way they're not sitting on the shelf forever. And that's why I tell you guys, I go through everything that I get, sooner or later gets gone, because I use it for other things, you know, like backing or as a background, or I turn it into strings or 5-inch squares, or, you know, it gets used. Border fabric, you name it. it ends up in every area of the quilting. So. I'm
Kim's
not gonna
having the cottonwood tree shedding the cotton. She's allergic. Like we had up in Prescott, you know?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was crazy.
Yes. Memoirs of a Longworm Quilter asks, do you have a 1/4" foot on your machine?
I just have the regular foot. It's a 1/4 inch, yes, but I don't like. I'm very lousy at lining up the line and the edge, so I just use a seam guide. And I do actually have a seam guided 1/4 inch foot for this machine, but I don't use it for binding because it's actually for just piecing only. Since you guys have seen binding so many times, today's video, I don't need to bring the camera up to it.
I can if you want. It's
No.
not a big deal.
Nope.
Well, maybe they want me to. If they want me to, I will.
No. I'm already corner 2, so.
Well, Bernie asked earlier, where's the wheel for the binding?
It has binding on it. It's right here.
It's filled with
It
binding.
has binding on it. I have yet to pull it off and put it in my scrap binding thing. So this one's just on the floor. But that's okay. It's getting the job done with or without it. Although I do love that wheel. It's actually very convenient when it's not loaded with binding. And I got skimpy with my seam because I wasn't paying attention.
Well, let's see, where you at, Shirley? Shirley had a head start. How close are you? It's getting there. Start singing, the race is on.
And I'm not even like sewing my fastest. I'm slowing quite. I was gonna say slowing quite slow,
Yes,
but I'm sewing
quite
quite
slow.
slow. Look at that! I can't even talk properly. Fatigue will do that to you.
Memoir says, I love to watch quilters bind. After all these years, I finally got a great system down and my bindings are coming out pretty dang on good.
That's good.
BJ, I'm not sure what you're saying there. Anyone would like to make the Dresden quilt like? Like what? Did you miss something? That's awesome, Billy. Her son made her a binding roller on a 3D printer. And
Oh,
extra spools
that's
for the
cool.
binding. Yes, that is awesome. Those 3D printers, if you know how to use them, they're cool. Shirley wants me to distract you for her.
Still gotta go around the other way, you know, when I roll it to the front, so you still got plenty of time. But if you're hand binding, then obviously you're gonna lose. Because I'm doing it all by machine.
Bernie says thank you for the binding tutorials. finished my brother's quilt and mailed it to him, and when he called, he was speechless.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, BJ's saying she owns a great book, the Wedge Quilt Workshop. It has the paper templates in the back of the book on large paper.
Hmm.
Yes, Sue Ann, I see your typing. I've been seeing all your typing, yes, you're on here.
She must be having
Well, she was the one she lost her feed.
internet issues. Or feed issues.
Hi, Brenda. Brenda asked, do you ever use a flange binding to finish your quilts?
Yes, I do. I just haven't in quite a while, actually. I don't know, at least like a year since I've done a flange binding. It's been a while, actually.
No problem, Sue Ann. We're here. We have millions of internet issues all the time, too, just like yesterday. We started the live, what, 3 times before we got to go?
Yeah. All right.
And had a lovely, nice argument over our devices. Because they all work so well.
Alright, so now to flatten it out. See, look at that. Now I can put that around something else. I'll leave that right there in the size that it is because it is in good position. I'll slide this on here. Oh, I need to cut that just a little bit straighter out at least.
Brenda's trying to hand quilt a couch throw.
Wow, that's a lot. Quilting.
Yes. So Ann says, when you use a solid color binding, how do you keep from getting the strips backwards?
Well, on a solid, it doesn't matter because there's no right or wrong side of solid fabric.
Bernie said it's so interesting to see you quilt without the handles. Yeah, I thought that was cool too, Bernie.
Yes.
I didn't realize she was going to do that much. That was pretty interesting. Sue Ann asked the way the seams go. That's what she's getting at.
Oh, no, I have
With a
tons
solid.
and tons of binding videos, and I bind in solid quite often. All you have to do is the right side up thing, you know, like one, it starts right side up, so pull the wrong side down, out, so that the whole piece is right side up. Put the next one on, because it's already folded in half when it comes off the bolt. So the next one, you already know what is wrong side down and right side up. So you would put right side up facing the right side up in the L position, and then that piece that you're going to be pulling away, that's already going to be wrong side up. So you would just flip it when you get up to the next. I've showed you guys plenty of binding videos. I never get it backwards because I do it that way. I just lay them up here all next to me and do it like that. Alright, before I do anything, I always make sure, and yep, it's fitting where it's supposed to. I literally have 2 seams right next to each other because it ended pretty much at a seam. So I'm going to cut away 1/4 inch away. I'm going to finger press that.
Any more binding or sewing questions, guys? While we're here.
It's finger pressed. Just going to open it up, stitch it the rest of the way down. My seam guide back up. I always start about 1 inch where I ended, 1 inch above where I ended. And 1 inch away from where I started. Now all I have to do is flip it around.
What kind of thread are you using tonight?
Just a Coats cotton, a green. Although it might be a different brand because it was in my
Is it the same
Big
green
drawer.
you used to quilt it?
It matches. It's the same like hunter green
Yeah.
kind of green. It's dark. It looks exactly the same.
Brenda says it's a beautiful scrappy quilt. You're so talented.
Alright, change my stitch length one more time.
Bernie says I still have trouble at the end. Guess it takes practice.
Yes, it does.
Julie asks, when you're doing binding, do you use 2.5-inch strips or 2 1/4?
2.5 when I use polyester, thick polyester batting, but 2 1/4 when I use cotton.
So it depends on the
It
batting.
depends on the batting,
Okay.
because I like it nice and tight around the edge, and with cotton batting, it's really flat, so it's so easy to do a 2 1/4 inch. But with the polyester, especially the 6 and 8 ounce loft that I've been using lately, it's very thick. So 2.5 is like the best, because that makes sure I cover everything. And even then, sometimes it's too thick. It depends. 2 3/4 would probably be even better for some of the quilts.
Swan says love all the colors.
Yes. Well, if you guys watched when I put my T-Quilts swap block from last year quilt together last week, I used 71 different colors, and all 71 different leftover of those 1.5-inch strips turned into this. There were 71 different 1.5-inch strips. It made this. That was all. I only cut 12.5 inches off of all 71 for that other quilt, so all the leftover pieces made this.
So there you go, Jill. I don't know if that fully answered your question. She didn't make the whole thing live. She quilted it yesterday on a live,
Yeah, I didn't
On
do
the
this
machine?
on. I don't always make quilts on live stream.
but she didn't do the piecing of it on live.
I did quilt it though.
She says it's very cute. Hi, Joy.
I can show you guys how to make this another day. There's 2 different ways it can be made.
Julie said that helped.
I
Thank
did
you.
mine with quarter set-in triangles because I put this on point. I made blocks and then put it on point, and I don't have the block near me, the extra block. Nope, it's not near me. Where did I put it? I don't even remember.
Hi, Heather. Heather says hello.
Somewhere around here.
Queensland. We have another Queensland on here, Heather.
But yeah, I put this together on point.
We have another one on here somewhere. I forget who she is, but there's another Queensland person. Oh, yes, Angela, we can do a close-up. Here you go. We'll go in with the camera. Oh, there we go. It was Christine. She's in Queensland, too. I knew we had another Queensland. I was gonna do all that. Okay, you can do all that. You're making it.
Well, it's because it's going to move any second now.
Those of you that didn't watch the video yesterday, all this quilting was done without the handlebars on the machine.
I originally started trying to do a pantograph, but it didn't work out. Looked retarded.
And she was just moving the machine by holding on to the top of it. No handlebars or no screen, no nothing. It was quite interesting. Those of you that are curious, you can watch the video.
Someone said to me yesterday I must have been super desperate to quilt, and I said, heck yeah.
Yeah. See all that puffiness in it? I'm trying to get it down here so you can see how it puffs. I love that.
So do I.
I do like this batting. A lot of people don't like this batting, but I love how it makes it so puffy.
Gives it texture, you know, like a lot of texture.
Well, you're getting, I love that design, it's gorgeous, it looks great. Okay, I'm gonna come back. I would have shown you the cat if he was hiding in here, but he's actually not in here today, which is odd.
That's because it started out with just me only today. so he didn't come in here.
You just, well, I cannot control that. Oh, Julie asked, what batting is it?
It is a batting that I bought off of Marshall Dry Goods. It's 6-ounce loft. No, this one's the 8-ounce
That's the 8.
loft.
Yeah, that's the big one.
It's 96-inch wide by 30 yards, and it's 6-ounce or 8-ounce loft. The 122-inch wide batting that's polyester is a 6-ounce loft. That means it's like 5/8 inch thick.
Yeah, it's pretty
huge.
thick. Teresa says, my next few quilts better not have any half-square triangles or I'll cry. I use 3-inch squares to make the 2.5 square triangles. Makes 2, then I trim the excess, which I am regretting.
Right. It's a lot of half-square triangles.
Julie says it looks really nice.
It does. I like
Did
it.
we already say Happy Memorial Day for tomorrow for everyone?
Yes.
Big holiday here. I got my flag up.
Told everybody that it's a party time for everybody around here. The lake is full of boats. Barbecues all over town.
Oh yes, the people come from all around. We avoid all that nonsense. We just hang out at home and with neighbors, but they do get crazy out there.
Yeah, this green matched perfect with this purple. And I've had this on the shelf for like 3.5, almost 4 years. So I'm like, yes, I could finally use it on something.
Hi Marla.
And neither the set-in triangles or this binding and backing fabric is in this quilt, but because it's scrappy, it don't matter. It doesn't need to match anything, as long as they go good with each other. They make each other look good.
Sorry to hear that, Heather. We don't celebrate too many things either, Carissa. But I do put the flag out on the special holidays like that.
4th of July and Memorial.
Veterans
And
Day
Veterans
and the
Day.
Marine Corps birthday and 9/11. I put our flag up quite often. I used to fly it every day of the year, but the wind here destroys them too quick, and I got tired of changing out new flags all the time. Sue Ann's son was in the Army.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
Yeah, Shirley, where you at?
She can't type. She's trying to sew fast.
Yeah. she can't, huh? I didn't think of that. I'm distracting her by asking her.
I'll go slow.
Well, Shirley, you
Stitch,
wanted me
stitch,
to
stitch,
distract
stitch,
Tiff.
stitch,
I don't
stitch.
really distract her. I do sometimes go and give her back rubs and shoulder rubs while she's quilting, but I don't think she wants me to do that while she's live.
Alright, I'm literally coming up to the end. I got about 7 or 8 inches. And then I'm done.
Shirley says you're
Oh
killing
man,
me.
I'm done.
Shirley says you're killing me.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Binding is the fastest part of the whole entire process for me. Whether the quilt is little or big. I'm always the Speedy Gonzales on this.
Well, Sue-Ann, originally the plan was to sell it, but now that Tiff did it without the handlebars and all that, I'm not sure. She might want to keep it. I don't know. Tiff, what are your thoughts?
There it is. I don't know yet.
They're asking if you're planning on selling it.
I have no idea what I'm doing with it.
I don't know. You guys can make offers. We'll see who the biggest offer is. No, just joking.
Can you see the whole thing?
Yeah. Well, not quite the whole thing, but
So there's
pretty
the
much.
front,
They're saying, I love it, beautiful.
and this is what the back looks like.
Wow. I like
So
that
like
too.
the green really goes great with this purple. I don't know, and then the fact that this has the paisleys have these little tiny flowers around them, but this green has, they're not polka dots.
Egg on it.
They're not polka dots. They're like a dot with 3 like flower petals on it, you know? So it like, for some reason it just said, put me together in a quilt. So-
Angela says to Shirley, you really didn't think you could win against Tiffany. Tiffany is quick. She's very quick.
So there that is. Done. Alright. I'm gonna snip that away.
Everybody's saying beautiful and very nice and pretty and gorgeous.
Here, we'll hang out a little bit longer. I had some half square triangles here to sew.
Yeah, it's only been an hour and I wasn't here at the beginning.
Alright, so let's thread me with some white thread and sew some half square triangles that I had here.
Hi,
They're
Mary.
Scraps.
That's okay. Mary had to play some Mario Kart with her daughter and the hubby.
Oh.
That's fine, Mary. We understand that. I remember the days of Mario Kart. I used to play that a lot. That's old school, though. I haven't played that since the 90s.
CJ has it on his little play.
I
what's that
know,
called?
but I haven't
Boy,
really played it. Yeah.
Game Boy, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
It's not a game, but it's something else. but-
Oh. Yeah, I played it on there. It was very confusing. I'm not good with video games, guys. I could play Super Mario Brothers on the original Nintendo and Tetris and Zelda, but unfortunately I don't know how to play anything else. I really do not understand video games.
How
And
far did you get, Shirley?
CJ has had me try to play his racing games on his Xbox or whatever it's called, and I'm like, yeah, the remote for it that you put in your hand vibrates as you're going, and I'm like, whoa, what? It's very weird.
She has it for the Switch. Just hooked up to the TV.
Ah.
We're not video game people anymore. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
There was a time
I
when
know what
knew
a
that
PlayStation
video
is, a
games
Nintendo, an Xbox, and Xbox One and 360. Because CJ has the Xbox One, I think. Is that what his is? Xbox One?
I have no idea. Ask him. After the 360, I don't know him anymore.
Yeah. I
Heather
know it was
says-
more expensive than the Xbox 360.
Heather says, I love the way you used up all the different fabrics. They're beautiful together.
Alright, I'm going to sew some half square triangles just to hang out some more.
Hi, Marla. It's okay if you're late. Don't worry.
You're only late if you show up as I'm turning it off. But this time I decided to sew just a little bit more. Oh, well, it would be nice if I had a stitch length that is good and not so tiny.
Oh, Shirley's still sewing on the back. She ran out of bobbin thread. Hers is supposed to be a California King. No wonder she lost, she says. Yeah, that's way bigger than this,
Oh,
Shirley.
yeah.
They're way bigger.
That's like 6 of these.
Yeah, you needed a much bigger head start then.
Yeah.
Yes, Tiff would still be going if hers was that big.
Yep.
So don't feel bad, Shirley. You're doing good.
Keep it up. I have these like piles of half square triangles everywhere, and I'm like thinking to myself, one of these days I should just sew them all together and do something with them. So that's what I'm doing. They're probably just like from the edge cutoffs because I think these ones came from one of my local ladies that gives me scraps. These are the scraps from one of her little quilts. I think it's probably like the end cutoffs of half square triangles and or when you snowball corners. I think that's what these are. And she scissor cut them because they're all wonky.
Hi, Linda.
So I could tell that they're scissor cut. But I
Shirley
figured I
wants
could
to
make
know.
something with them.
Shirley wants to know how big California quilts are. California King is. Don't we have the paper here?
Yeah.
Okay. According to our little cheat sheet paper, Shirley, California King is 72 by 84. That's Tiffy's cool little cheat sheet.
That's how big the mattress is. So the bedding would be plus most mattresses are 14, so it'd be 72, 82. It'd be 92 to 100 by 111 by 120, something like that, somewhere between there.
Yes, Sue Ann, we still have Squeak the Iron. We just used them the other day. Whatever we were doing a few days ago, I was using them. I don't remember what day that was, but I was using them. Oh, Carissa finally sewed the last one.
Ooh, finally. Ooh, ooh, gonna get it done. I really like that backing you chose. Ooh, that's gonna be so awesome. I never thought about using like a big, huge printed panel like fabric as a backing because that would be like really awesome.
Shirley's is ending up 102 by 116, so hers is big.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yep, it's definitely a California King. Heather makes hers 100 by 105.
Yeah, I usually make kings from 95 by 110 plus, always. More than 95, more than 110.
Krista says now she has to trim them all with her clearly slotted trimmer.
Alright, I think I'm going to mix these up.
So it says Squeak is so cool. Yep, we like Squeak.
Because these are the smaller pieces.
Yes, Marla, if I had to pick, probably Squeak would be my favorite iron, I guess. I don't know. I've never really used too many of the others. So I can't say for sure. He's the one that I use the most. So I would say he's my favorite. I'm not a fan of the big heavy one.
Right now for the bigger ones.
Hi Vicky, Vicky's back.
These are little batik scraps, by the way, so there's no right or wrong side, but I'm still trying to, at least whatever's the brightest looking side as my right side.
Krista says that fabric is 45 inches tall too.
What fabric?
I don't know. I'm not sure what she's talking about.
Oh, is that, you said Carissa said that?
Yes.
It's the, her backing fabric for the rainbow quilt.
Oh, okay.
It's like a big tree, colorful tree. You probably saw it if you were on Facebook.
I do see all the stuff on Facebook, but I forget who has what. I don't remember everything like you do.
don't
I just
remember
scroll through and hit the
everything.
like button on the certain ones and whatnot. I look at them all and. And a lot of the people on there are really talented. That's why I tell all you guys you need to start entering quilt shows too. That was my goal, to get you guys to enter quilt shows. Tiff motivated you to get her done. I want to see everybody winning. Yes, Chris has said the background fabric. Well, Sue-Ann wants to know the price of the Scrappy one.
I don't have a price right yet. Because I didn't think about that part. I don't know, it's probably going to be like around 175, 200, something like that, because it's not, it's just a kid size.
There you go, Sue-Ann. Probably around 175 to 200.
Alright. I need something to trim with.
Oh, it doesn't have to be perfect, Mary. For you to enter a show,
No.
you just do the best you can and you throw it out there. There's plenty of quilts in the shows that aren't near perfect. Tiff's
Oh.
stuff, some of her stuff, according to her,
Now,
isn't
if you
perfect.
want judged, that's a different story. Like, because you're going to be sad to hear what the judges have to say afterwards. They are very blunt about it. Oh my gosh, you're stitched this. Oh, you had the thread poking out here. You had, yeah, they're super, super picky. But to enter the show for display and people to see your work and see what you're doing and help get more people interested, because that maybe you made a quilt that nobody else has ever made before. You did a pattern all on your own or something. It's hanging in a quilt show. Somebody else is going to see and be like, I wonder how they did that. And they'll find out by seeing who made it, who did it, contact you, be like, how'd you do this? Where'd you get this? Where'd you get that? The same thing I get all the time. Pretty much. That's what you'll get.
Yeah, there's a lot of quilts in the show that aren't perfect at all,
Yeah,
but it's
they're-
people showing
they're
off their
just-
work. It's awesome.
They're
It's like
beautiful.
going to an art museum or
Like
something.
the old hand quilted ones that they have, the quilts that are like 100 years old, you know? They display them. They got holes and they're tattered and torn, but they're displayed. And then the reproduction-y type ones, they're displayed. They're not, it's just meant to show off. Quilting is meant for everybody to enjoy, and not very many people realize that it's a big thing. The more people that enter these shows and show off their quilts, the more people that are going to see it and be interested in it.
Sue-Ann entered shows, she said. That's good.
All
Chris
right,
has
I'm going
said
to
they
use my
opened up the judging for most of the shows for long arm quilts.
I'm going to use my strip tube ruler to trim all these down to, looks like 1.5 inches, because, yeah, that's 1.5 inches.
Marla's
Yep.
going to stay up late and work on her Dresdens. And Kim asks, what are you making now?
I'm just playing with these half square triangles that I have. So, they're just little tiny half square triangles. You guys know I like, they're just small little fellers. And I have a strip tube ruler, so I might as well use it to trim everything. That way I'm not having to press and then trim all 4 sides. You just cut them all and then press them all. So if these ones are 1.5, that means the other ones are going to be probably 2.5. Which I could put them all into one. Well, one little, I can make a bag or something. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see how big these turn out. 2.5. Look at that. Yep. So I can make a little something with them because they'll equal out. I figured they were going to be like a really odd number.
Marla says she has a bunch of those that are squared up to 1.5 inches.
Yeah, they're just cut off. So one of my local long arm quilter ladies, she brings me her scraps, and these are most likely, like I said, just the little cut off ends from snowballing because they were hand cut. They were kind of wonky, so I'm pretty sure they're hand cut pieces.
Marla says mine just live in a Rubbermaid bowl on the shelf.
Well, I have a whole drawer filled with them. I was going to put together a Scrappy quilt with my drawer filled with them because they're all different ones. They're from binding. It's mainly from making binding.
Mary says there's an actual guild where we're moving. There isn't even a quilt shop within an hour of me right now.
Wow.
And she doesn't count Hobby Lobby. Beware of the guilds, though, Marla. We had the guild conversation a few weeks back.
Yeah, just had it again last night on Cheap Quilts.
Oh, yeah?
Mm.
Some of those quilting guilds, they can be a little
It's a
fussy.
politics type thing.
A little fussy.
Just depends. Some are really wonderful. Our local one, they warmed up to me because they realized I'm a serious quilter, so I'm not playing games. So that's a good thing. This goes pretty quick, these little ones. It's the ironing part that's going to take forever because they're so small.
Sewing belongs to an easygoing, nice guild. It's a small one. There's 25 of them, and they're all friendly. That's good,
Yes,
Sue-Ann.
that is good.
You lucked out. We had the guild talk a while back, and most of us didn't have very good luck. And no, Marla, Tiff does not belong to a quilt guild.
No. I was going to join, but it's too expensive, and not everybody is okay with me. And I don't think it's my age. I think it's that what I look like, honestly. They're not used to, I look like a criminal or something to them, I don't know. They all know what I'm capable of, though, but I have quite a few friends that are in the guild, so it's okay. And they know that I'm a serious quilter. I'm just not in it myself. But I do attend stuff that the guild does, though, as an outsider.
Yes, that's a nice way of putting it, Sue-Ann. They're clicky. Some guilds are clicky, she says.
Yeah.
Yep, that I will agree with.
This isn't taking me long at all. I thought this was going to take like a long time.
It's only 6:20.
It's fine. I'm good.
Carissa lost her trimmer. You're not having a good day, Carissa. Boy, you and I ought to get together. I'm not having a good one either.
Why I keep throwing it in that pile, I have no idea.
Mary says, I'm just trying to find some local friends. There you go. That's a
Yeah.
good job. That's what Tiff does. She has local quilting friends that come and mainly deliver their scraps to her, huh, honey?
Yeah. They mainly come to bring me scraps or drop off quilts for me to quilt, but they're still my friends.
That's okay, Shelly. You got us. Shelly says, other than the YouTube quilting family, I don't have any quilting buddies. You got us. We're always here. Well, Tip's always here for you. I'm just here to read and iron once in a while. Sue-Ann asks, how are your hands?
Actually, my bad hand is bad right now, but I'm not doing anything that's like super annoying it because I'm using a proper tool. But it's actually kind of weird. I've noticed since my surgery that I have this, when I go like this, like when you do this, there's normal wrist, and then this one, it has a big, huge indentation that sucks. Like, you guys could see that maybe on camera. I'm barely doing anything, and you can see the difference. There's a hole that runs along this side where the tendon or something's supposed to be. I don't know, but I noticed it recently, and I'm like, there's a lot of nerve pain that's running through there, and I'm doing all my exercises and the hand stretches and stuff for after carpal tunnel surgery, but for some strange reason, every time I make that fist, it's like sucks deep in, and I could feel like this weird shooting pain down. Oh, it's
Can you
horrible.
put any weight on it yet?
No, I still can't put weight on me yet. I cannot bear weight, only by knuckle, like this. I could do it by knuckle, and not too much, but just by knuckle so far.
Katrina wants me to tell you that she finally finished the rip in her quilt.
Oh,
That's
good.
good job, Chris, or Katrina. You get it done.
Did cut that one, okay. Alright, 3 more of these little fillers to trim, and then I can press them, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them. We'll see what they look like. Can you turn an iron on?
Yeah. Can I iron? Am I gonna iron?
You can if you want to.
I don't mind ironing those little suckers. Carissa wants me to iron for her so I can iron for you. She can be jealous.
Yeah, I wish I could send you all an Iron Man here.
You just want to get rid of me, huh?
Yep. That's funny. Alright, last little guy for no reason that I'm sewing these, just besides the fact that I didn't want to get off live stream. So just know, if you have a strip tube ruler, it's great for trimming half square triangles. Goes pretty quick. I'm gonna like pre-finger press
How many weeks
these.
has it been since your surgery?
Well, June 17th, which is coming in a couple weeks, will be 3 months.
Does it matter which way?
Yes, to the dark, please.
To the dark, okay.
Try not to stretch them too much because these are very, very biased stretchy.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. I did not know.
Yep, yep, yep.
Mary says I drink, cuss, and listen to Nirvana, so the women in this town don't love me. You'd get along well with us. Well,
I
we
don't drink, but I
but-
cuss and listen to Nirvana.
Yeah, we don't drink.
And Metallica. And
Tiff does smoke.
even heavier.
Just cigarettes, but not often and not around the quilting.
No.
All of our stuff is smoke and pet free.
Most be pet free.
Well, Thumper tries
He
to
doesn't
into
get on my
stuff, but
fabric.
He gets chased away.
He has climbed up on my desk a couple times, but mostly he just lays on the little bag that's on the floor. That's what he lays on when he's in here. And the room gets vacuumed often, so. But he doesn't play on the fabric.
That's a good one, Katrina.
What?
Katrina says if you send Scott away, please include food. Yeah, I'd eat you all at house and home. You couldn't afford me.
He eats a lot.
And that's nothing. A few years ago when I was bigger, I ate twice as much as I eat now. And I eat a lot now.
When he means bigger, he was bodybuilding, which I've told you guys before. He used to bodybuild. Bodybuilders eat a lot, very high calorie diets on the daily.
I didn't get up to Michael Phelps' diet, but I came close. That boy eats more than anyone.
Yeah, he's skinny.
I know. But then again, look at him. He's won how many gold medals in swimming. If I was swimming all daggone day.
Oh, speaking of the little devil, right there he is.
Oh, yep, he popped in. He says, you guys were talking about me. I had to come in.
All right, let me clean up all these little pieces right here.
How come some are so little and some are so big? Why do we have two different sizes? Am I lost here?
Because the 1.5 inch ones can make a 1.5 inch. So here's the little devil right here. He knows he's like, what am I doing up here, Mama?
I wouldn't leave him up there. Then he's going to
Say
think
hi,
he's allowed up
everybody.
there.
Say hi, everybody. Right.
You don't want
Your
him to start
breast
thinking he's allowed up there.
All right, there you go. Go play in a shoebox. He has a shoebox in here too, which he's going right over to.
Yep.
Yep.
Katrina, I don't know if I'm supposed to ask you how much you weigh now. I don't know. She says she used to weigh 642 pounds. Holy cow. That does not sound healthy in any way, shape, or form.
Yikes.
I had a cousin that passed in his 30s, and he was over 600 pounds. I believe his weight had everything to do with it.
Yeah. All right, let's see what I can do with these little guys.
They love Thumper. They're giving kitty pictures and.
Yeah, he's a cutie. He needs to be shaved, but I've not been in the mood to shave him. It requires a lot of concentration and, well, I just don't have that right.
It doesn't take that long. But yes, I've been starting to brush him because he's getting long again and it's getting hot.
Just trimming the dog ears off of these little squares. I don't know what I'm going to make with them. There's 2 different batik fabrics and 2 different background fabrics in the mix here. I have no idea what to do with them.
Marla says she remembers that video when you shaved him.
Oh, yes. There is a video on my YouTube of shaving my cat.
Yes, a lot of people didn't like that video, so we don't comment on it too much. But yes, since it is Tiffany's quilting life, we have videos of her life. There's a cooking video and a shaving the cat video.
There's me plucking my eyebrows video. There's me doing a light makeup, that even though I don't wear makeup ever, and I have no idea how to do makeup, there is a video of me doing what I don't know how to do on my face. I think it came out okay.
Hi, Auntie Ann.
And then, yeah, I have painting my nails. I have painting kids' nails. Just little videos here and there. But yes, there is a shaving the cat one. It was actually supposed to be more of a joke, and I was going to name the video something else to catch attention. You know, the other word we call a cat. Okay? So we'll think of that. I was going to put shaving my other word that we're going to call a cat.
Yes,
And get attention. And then I decided, well, wait, I'm a quilting channel. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I wanted a video to go viral. Just one video. Just to see.
Okay, honey.
But no, I kept it G-rated.
Training now weighs 173 pounds. Holy cow.
Wow,
that's
that is
awesome.
a lot of weight loss. Congratulations.
You've done good.
I watch the Truly videos all the time on people that have lost a lot of weight, and it's amazing the things that they go through, and yeah.
Oh, Angela asked what his name was. You didn't tell him,
It's
honey.
Thumper. Thumper, as in Thumper from Bambi, because the little rabbit on Bambi, how it patted its foot down like this. Well, Thumper did that when he was a kitten, all the time. He'd just sit there and do that when he was a kitten, and yeah, so he got dubbed the name Thumper. Originally, we were going to call him Blue Eyes, or like Blue Moon or something weird like that with the name Blue, but Thumper ended up being his name. He doesn't do that anymore, though. It's kind of weird.
Now his name's going to turn into Beggar.
Yeah.
He begs like crazy.
He's like a dog right now. When you have food, or if you're in the kitchen, he begs. And then every time we're in the kitchen, he eats his food. Every time we're in the kitchen, and then he pukes it right back up again. Because he's just trying to hurry up and eat while we're in the kitchen. He's so weird.
Oh, I have a file here. If you're waiting,
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm not going that fast because I'm trying to read. And
I'm just playing with these little...
I'm reading back and forth and up and down. I'm all out of whack and where I'm reading that. I'm scrolling up and down and back and forth because I'm not on the...
I could read them. I could read them then. You just want to iron. Or not. Cat used to love getting a bath. Ours actually hated it until we switched bathing sites. Instead of bathing him in a bathtub, we actually bathe him in the kitchen sink. Now, he's okay with a bath. He doesn't try to bite us or kill me. Because that's what he would do. He would bite, like anywhere he could bite, he would bite. Because he has no claws, so he can't scratch. But, oh yeah, he would bite. And now he doesn't do it anymore. He doesn't meow or anything. He just sits in the sink in the kitchen and gets a bath. And then that's it, done. But before, he'd get a bath in the tub and he'd meow to the top of his lungs with the, you know, like, I'm being killed the cat sound. Like, yeah, he doesn't do that anymore. It's gone, done. So now his new place to be bathed is the kitchen sink. Did I?
Yes, you jumped up.
He's like, what are you talking about, Ma? That's not how we say it in kitty cat language.
Okay, I'm done now.
Oh, just pass them all to me. Thumper is very handsome. Yes, he is. He's a cutie.
Oh, he's stalking you now since you made that meow sound.
Yeah.
He's stalking
It's like, what are you talking about? If you say it just right, they probably know what you're saying. You just have to meow just right, huh?
you. Mary had a TikTok go semi-viral. She
Really?
opened a box of the Square School Pizza.
Interesting.
Okay.
I haven't done TikTok. I don't like TikTok. TikTok draws me in. Every time I go to watch a video on there, or even click on it, I get stuck watching video after, because they're only a minute long, so, or less, a minute long or less. So I like literally just go from video to video. I do like watching, what is it called? Glass blowing videos, where they do it in fast mode, because that's what everything on TikTok is. It's sped up pretty much. And I also like watching metal weaving, where they take metal and they spin it, little strings of metal, and spin it, making all sorts of like planty looking things and flowery looking things, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Shirley said, haha, don't you just hate it when you come up with a great idea and can't share? And
Yeah.
She was talking about the cat video for shaving.
Yeah, it would have been a viral just because of the way I would have named it, but because I am trying to be a conservative channel about quilt. You know, we had to deal with yesterday's video. I long arm quilted with no handlebars, and what happened, somehow, I couldn't monetize the video. YouTube said, nope, you cannot get paid for this. You cannot get nothing for this video because of whatever. So I had to have YouTube review it, and they got back to me today saying there's nothing. They actually physically watched the video and found out there's nothing in there that was against the rules. So either someone reported yesterday's video, or I don't know what, but yeah, YouTube tried to say that it wasn't safe for people to watch.
Yeah.
But there was nothing bad in my video, not even a cuss word, and every once in a while cuss words slip out, so I know it wasn't a bad video.
We didn't even say the C word for the local, for the normal thing that's going on now around the world.
Yeah.
You can't mention that. If you mention that on YouTube, they demonetize you. You didn't even say that. Carissa said when you made the cat noise, her dog looked at her like, what the heck?
I'm the crazy lady. What's that on the TV? Alright, what can I make with these? So these are 2.5 inches and these are 1.5, and you hook two of these together and you have, you know, a 2.5 inch piece, right?
Hey Linda.
Yes.
Linda says, Tiff, you look so healthy. I haven't been able to catch you lately. Your hair's grown so much. Love it.
Yeah, my hair is growing. It's so funky. I hate it.
She says, screw the people that judge you by your tattoos, not by your talent.
It's all like, I want to chop this back here, just a nice straight cut, because it's so poofy. Like I really have, when I wash my hair and it dries, it just poofs. And yeah, there's enough here. Look at this, guys. There is enough to put in a little tiny ponytail. But it's poofy and I don't like it. And anyway, when this length right here, because it's growing out from being pretty much, you know, almost shaved off, because you guys remember I had to chop it all off from Valley Fever. When this reaches below my ear, I'm going to cut all of it in a straight bob either way, because I have this thing, I cannot have layered hair. I don't like the look on me of layered hair. So I want it all one solid length, then it can continue growing and I can continue trimming it, but it's going to be a while before this is down here. So that it can all be one length, and I already want to get rid of this because it's summertime and it's just like fluffy on my neck and I just want it gone. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I may not cut it. I may just keep letting it grow until it's long enough to do the final trim that I want to do. Wondering what I can do with these. This will be definitely a little challenge of what I can make with this. Oops, nope. They're so small. They're hard to deal with. Gotta make sure that they're in different corners. So this one would be this corner. This one. And there. one more. Well, let's see. This is what I call improvising, people.
We're talking about tattoos and stuff. Now Jim says, I have no tats but several ear piercings.
That's kind of cool. When I was younger, I had 13 piercings in each ear. You guys remember just recently I used to have my lip pierced 3 times. My nose was pierced twice, but now it's just one, and you guys really don't know because it's a tiny little stud in there. My eyebrow was pierced twice. I had my septum done, but I didn't keep that in long. I actually didn't like it because you can't pick your nose with it. And every once in a while you get a boogie and you need to pick your nose. So I'm sorry, I just had to get rid of it. I also had my belly button pierced, but that got ripped out when I was pregnant. So that's not a good idea. If you have a family member who is a female and they plan on getting pregnant and their belly button's pierced, make sure you remind them to take it out because it's not a good idea to keep it in. It gets ripped out. I also had my nipples pierced at one point in time. For a long time, actually. But I got over all of it. And now I don't have any of that anymore.
Heather says you could do a boy cut pixie and it would look fine and not drive you crazy.
Probably. Maybe I should do these first. These here, because this is a totally different one. Let's see.
Julie says she gets judged by her tattoos all the time.
Yeah, it's so retarded.
Yep, Tip does too. Years ago I used to get judged because I had a shaved head.
Yeah. They used to think he was a skinhead in high school because he had to shave his head because he went bald in high school.
I couldn't enter any buildings. I'd have people would follow me that worked there. I went into a
And you gotta
furniture
think, that's
store
the
and people
90s,
would
you
follow
know,
me
in the
around.
90s people were a little bit different than they are these days.
Yeah, would look at me and act so weird around me. Then when I went to the military and came home, then everything was like it's normal. Before I went to the military, it was a lot different.
No.
Krista says her dog is on her shoulder like a parrot while she's trimming.
Interesting.
It must be a little guy. Hi,
It
Nita.
leaves me with 4. So that's not gonna work.
Nita says most
What
of the
if
time
I-
people are shocked when they find out that I have a tattoo.
Yeah. I started getting piercings and tattoos at a very, very young age.
Heather and Christine are
My
talking
mom
about
didn't
hair.
mind though. She used to tell me, as long as you're not overly piercing your face or tattooing on your face, I don't care what you do with your body. So I never really overly tattooed. I didn't overly pierce my face, and I didn't never tattoo my face. So, and I never will. If I was to get more tattoos, I still would never go above the neck. This is very hard to like make something when you don't know what you're going to make with it. Just because I don't know. What can I make?
Is that all you have of them?
Yep.
It's all full.
I could probably just throw this with everything else if nothing comes of it.
Did you do like a little pot holder?
Yeah. I could just make these one little tiny thing and then do whatever with these.
Well, you have that pot holder stuff.
Yes, I do.
Marla says a mug rub. Isn't a mug rub just a pot holder?
Pretty much.
Or is it something different?
It's the same thing. To me, it's the same thing.
Hi, Kathy. Kathy says hello. Carissa says I have ear tattoos.
Ear tattoos, that's kind of cool. I saw like this really cool like lace thing that went up somebody's ear and then onto the inside of the ear. I thought that looked really cool. Matchy matchy. Is there another one like this? Nope, there's not. Aha, right there. light one. Right there. And then 4 more. This'll
Jim's
be
gonna
cool.
take pictures of his Dresden more if the sun's out. He's gonna hang it on the
Okay,
clothesline.
here we go.
It's too big.
I'm gonna sew all this together now, just like this. It'll just be a little long, skinny mug rug. So let's sew all 4 of these little fellers together.
Nita asked, what are these from?
They're just left, they're scraps from one of my local quilter friends' scrap pile. Gives me something to mess with, I guess.
Heather says, I love the Dresden and those blocks you were making.
Gives me something to sew.
One was jealous that Jim is done.
This was the first one. So all of these are going to go that way, and that way. These 2 are going to go to the left. No popping in the sail.
It's okay.
Left, right, gotta remember.
You live.
These 2
You live.
also good.
I'm done ironing, right? Because I unplugged the iron.
No, I was going to have you iron more.
Oh, I didn't know you had more for me to iron.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
sorry.
putting this together now, but I
Hey!
finger press everything for now.
Well, he's biting at the plug, so I'm going to plug it back in.
I have nothing else better to do besides sew randomness together.
Good night, Sue Ann.
Good night to those who are leaving.
Hi, DB. Some are leaving, some are just getting here.
Yeah. Alright, so this is row 1.
Goodness,
So
DB, you
this
can
way.
hang out with your mom. You don't have to watch us, but okay.
Oh, it's fine. This one here.
Okay, now that I plug that back in, one more iron.
Hold on, I gotta put it all together first.
Oh, well,
That's what I said, I'm finger pressing it first.
ready to go.
These little fellers are so tiny. It's like when I was working with my little 1-inch ones. Now those are tiny. There's all that. And these 2 go together. Just thought about this. I want to swap those, but I'm just going to leave them. I'm going to leave them. Leave them. Just leave them where I have them, or else I'm going to get myself confused. That way. I'll hook that to this. And all I'm doing is having a little bit of fun. Just like that. So far I have this little unit.
Oh, it's cute.
So little. I'm going to bring this closer to me because I'm like reaching. So these little fellers now. So these drip underneath. And the last one went left, so these are going to go right. This will go right. And this will go left. See, I could be creative on the fly like this. Just for fun.
You're very
Because
creative.
they were just sitting here, so I might as well do something with them. They've been here for like 2 weeks sitting on this desk. Give me something to sew. Make something cute. So just so you know, two 1.5 tiny little itty bitty things hooked together makes a 2.5 inch piece, so that you can hook 2.5 inch pieces to it. This was right. This one goes left, and that one I push down, so this one I'll press
Katrina
up.
asks you, honey, why is my fabric gathering when nothing has been changed? Stitch length is 2.5 and on the straight stitch.
Gathering. I don't know. Feed dog's not taking it in. What machine? Like, it also might be the machine pulling too tight, like the presser foot's down on it. Maybe the fabric's too thick. I mean, there's a bazillion reasons it could possibly be. I don't know. Maybe it's the fabric's kind of stretchy, or you're sewing on that bias, which is the stretch part of the fabric. It's the stretchy part of the grain.
Nita says she might need to change her needle, and she says she's on a baby lock.
Yeah, it could be just you're sewing on the bias, or something like that. Right. That way.
Nita says check the presser foot is correctly installed and snug.
Yeah.
She says rethread the whole thing.
That way. And hook these two together.
Bernie says yesterday I had different size bobbin thread than my top thread, and that happened. Doing strips.
Gathering and strips, huh?
Oh, Suburban says it happens to her baby lock when she needs to clean the bobbin case, so there's a good idea. Maybe the bobbin case is dirty.
Alright, now sew all these units together to hook it to that. So I'm just literally going to run all these through in a row.
Am I supposed to be ironing those other pieces
You
that you're
can't do
playing?
all.
I'm not doing nothing else. Not doing nothing else.
I'm just making something for
Everybody's,
fun.
everybody's praying for DBE and we're talking about Katrina's machine. Other than that,
And watching me just
okay, there's like way too many here. How am I ironing these down?
go from the top. Just push everything nice and flat.
Yeah, well, that's easier said than done. It's so kafoople.
Alright. Here. Oops, this one. Almost sewed the wrong one, but that's okay. I'm glad I realized it.
Are you making this all one piece?
Yeah.
Well, then it's going to be bigger than a pot holder or a mug rug.
No, it's not. Goes this way. I accidentally turned that.
It's still quite jumbly.
It's fine. It'll be perfect in a minute. Alright, so we're gonna go right, left, right, and then hook these. And then my little project gets sewn together and be super adorable. For no reason. No reason, just felt like sewing little scraps together. Encourage you guys to sew your little scraps together. It doesn't take long to make something. Anything. Left. Right.
She's doing her cadence again. You're later.
nesting my little tiny seams. Well, actually they're 1/4 inch seams, they're just on tiny blocks.
Get them, Bill. Get 'em.
Okay, here you go. Press this little character.
Little character, like they said that.
And then we're going to attach the two and be done.
Well, this one alone is big enough to be a pot holder or mug rug. Put that one on, it's going to be like 2 in 1.
So?
I'm saying it's huge. You should have made 2.
No.
Oh, there's one big one. What are we going to put on the back and stuff?
No idea. I was just going to make a little tiny project.
Okay.
Right. That's how I had it. Perfect. Let's put it together and you can press the last of it.
Carissa says one of the ladies at work asked if she could make a rainbow quilt, and one thing she wanted to say was, heck no. I'm not going to make another one, but she doesn't know how to let her down gently.
Oh. Just say, I'm sorry, but I'm overwhelmed or something right now with projects. Maybe get back to me another time. Alright, press that back.
Oh, Marla says a mug rug is supposed to be big enough for your cup and the snack. So I guess that's good.
Cup and a snack? I don't know. I don't use mug rugs. We don't drink coffee or anything. Although, my daughter did find at Hobby Lobby like the cutest little coffee cup. And I totally want it, but I don't drink coffee and I rarely drink hot chocolate over the winter. So the only thing I would use it for is like a little mug in here to throw pens and pencils in. So it would be just a waste of however much it costs.
But yes, for everybody that was asking, watch your hand. There's Squeak. He was out. He was working.
So here is my
Getting
little
the job
tiny
done.
project. Isn't that adorable? So now, just because I can and we're here, let's put a little piece of backing on it and a little piece of batting inside of it and turn it into a mug rug. So let me find myself a piece of batting that...
Hey, Jim, that's what I was thinking. Jim said just give her too high a price and let her say no. Katrina says just tell her you have too many projects. That would be
Yeah.
a nice way of letting her down. That's what Tiff would probably do.
That's what I usually do if I can't fit another project in.
You see, then it's not lying. If you do have too many, then just tell her the truth. That's what I'd go with. The truth is always better.
Alright, here is a piece of batting that is most likely...
Okay, they're all saying cute, very cute. So we're just using regular batting?
Yeah, it's a scrap. Look at that. Perfect size, guys. You see that? So here's a piece of batting.
What are we going to use for that?
Let me find something for the back. 'Cause I have lots of cotton scraps and stuff. Make it nice and small.
See, that's what I was thinking, Heather. The insole. Are you going to put the insole braid or are you
No,
just using
I'm just
batting?
putting cotton batting in it.
Yeah, because you got an insole braid from Vicky. Vicky sent you insole braid.
No, I'm just going to put a backing on it. Let's see. What...
Thank you for that, by the way, Vicky, since you brought it up.
Oh, it's batik, so let's put a batik scrap on it. Let's see.
Oh, those are almost perfect size, too.
Perfect size.
And
They're,
they match. Look at that.
see,
That was
I don't
right on
even
the
have
top.
to. I don't even have to dig. So here, let's flatten this out just a little bit more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You guys, watch your dogs for a second, because I'm going to add lots of steam. I gotta force steam. Get this super duper flat.
Thumper ran away. You scared him out of the room.
Alright. That's as flat as it's going to get. We're going to lay that on him. Let's flatten this a little. I'm going to lay this on top of this. And I'm going to trim it to size. Or at least almost to size. This back of my batik scrap bin that hardly closes.
Has it got so much?
Yep.
Thank you to everyone that sends us their scraps. See, they all come in handy.
All right, and now we're going to
We
put
use everything.
batting down, backing on top. I'm just going to do the stitching, and I'm going to stitch no binding on this, and then this is going to go on top of here, just like that. Hopefully that, I'm going to push the seam down a little bit. There. I want this to be as flat as it could possibly be. Okay. Right sides together with what I chose as my back. I'm going to stitch all the way around, except I'm going to leave an opening to turn it. I'm going to make sure that it's all super, super duper flat. Super flat. We're going to move my thing out of the way. And I'm just going to sew all the way around the whole entire thing.
Super flat. It's super flat.
Oops.
Anybody have any questions or anything before Tiff finishes? Because when she gets done with this, I'm pretty sure we're getting off. Any last minute questions, anything? Anybody want to say anything? We got a couple minutes still.
Alright, I'm going to trim all the excess away, all the way around. I'm also going to take my scissors and trim away around the edges, but I'm not going to snip my stitching, just kind of going close to it, but not getting the stitches, because I kind of want it to lay flat in these corners. And I back stitch, so I have nice, if I accidentally clipped it, at least it's back stitched right to it.
Jim says, I like stitch and flip on small lap and baby quilts.
Alright.
Do you ever do that on small lap and baby quilts, or do you just do it?
I've done this on Lap Baby.
Oh,
Alright, so now I'm going to turn the whole thing out.
Paula says, I want to see it flip.
Please?
Oh, we're doing it again? Do you want your iron on?
Yeah.
I knew it. She don't like squeak, people. She's picky. She's a picky butt.
Alright, I'm going to stick this out. I'm also going to add some stitches to it after I seal it, just some quilting stitches to it. It's not going to be perfect or anything, but
Well, here it comes, Paula. It's getting flipped.
I'm now poking my corners. And a little poker will help better with that.
Heather enjoyed watching you sew that together.
Look at that, just a little project all in the rest of the video because I had lots of time left over for today.
Carissa sent you a message on Facebook. She says respond whenever you can.
Okay. Poke that out, nice and good. Last and final corner. Let's get that all poked nicely.
Billy says it'd make a great Barbie quilt.
Whatever. Just whatever. That's all
Yes, it
is.
would.
It's a whatever. A little whatever.
We have a lot of Barbies that are going out in our yard sale, next yard sale.
Alright,
Bernie says, I love how you create on the fly.
All of those corners real quick. And
So do I.
see-
She's very, very, I don't know what the word would
I'm
be.
gonna press
Talented.
this real quick so that it's nice and flat before I,
Talented doesn't come up with it.
because I'm gonna like roll these seams right here so that it's super flat, and then I'm also going to fold down and press at my opening so that way when I get to the sewing machine, it's nice and flat.
Creative, I guess? I guess creative would work. Very creative.
Okay, so give me 2 seconds to do this real quick. I'm not really in the screen, I don't think.
No? Did you want me to turn it?
No,
You're not
that's
going to be
fine.
ironing long, so I figured I'd leave it off.
Just rolling it so that it lays nice and equal.
Mary's been making blocks from the Farm Girl
Ah,
vintage 2 book and framing them to decorate her new house with.
well, that's really nice.
That's a good
really
idea.
idea. Alright, almost done pressing this real quick. I'm kind of like rolling them so they are equal as I'm pressing it. And I'm also going to seal this away in this edge right here by pressing it down and then closing it off. That way it lays flatter.
Do you want me to turn the camera over there so they know what you're talking about?
Well, no, I'm just going to show them. So I use
Okay.
the iron to push this down. And if you need to cut some of the batting away, you can. And then I just fold the other side over it on top, and then I'm going to make sure that it is nice and rolled out nicely with my
Well,
fingers.
if you're going to keep talking about it, I'm just going to bring the camera over here because they don't know what you're saying.
I'm like rolling it with my fingers, trying not to burn myself. That way this opening is at least stitched, completely closed from being pressed, because that way it lays flatter. So there was my opening, but I pressed it down so that way when I go to stitch it down, it stays really nice. So I'm going to go over the whole entire thing now real quickly.
Get her done.
And then I'm going to stitch around the whole entire thing to seal it off. And I'm just using this white thread that I have already in the machine. I'm not going to switch out to anything else. There's no need for that. I'm going to change my stitch length though, about to a 2.5-ish.
Are you done with the iron now?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to iron it one more time after I do this.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm closing it up first, and then I will quilt it. Just a little bit of quilting, not much.
Oh, Heather got new patterns from Elizabeth Hartman, Koala, Swan, and Dinosaurs.
Now I'm going to continue, now that I've sealed the opening, I'm going to continue the rest of the way around the whole entire thing now.
Polis is very cool, love it. Memoirs wasn't here, she had a phone call, so she's asking what you're making.
Just making a little mug rug on the fly. Now I'm just going to add a tiny bit of quilting to it.
We used to do tons of yard sales, Carissa. Now we do one a year right before Christmas. And everything that comes out, once it comes out, it does not go back in.
We just give it away usually.
Yep, we give it away and we call it our Christmas giveaway. That's our donation. Because we don't donate money or stuff. We just give it to whoever shows up.
Okay, I'm going to press one more
the town.
time and then quilt it. It's just a little bit of quilting. Nothing fancy or special. I'm just going to lift my presser foot thing up, and I'm going to start by going down the center. I'm just going to stitch in a ditch.
Hi, Dawn. I thought you
I
were gonna
literally
leave it as is.
stitched right off of it. And now that I've gone down the center, I'm just going to go down each row. And that's it. That's all I'm doing.
Why do you do all that? I thought you just leave
So
it
that
the
way
way
it doesn't like move if it gets
Oh,
washed.
like a
if
pillow
you
or something?
spill coffee
gets
or
all the
something
stuff on
on
one
it.
side?
Yeah, and it doesn't like get all wrinkly and not lay flat no more.
Okay. I didn't know that. That's why I was asking.
So I'm just gonna stitch just a little bit.
Yeah, you learn something new every day.
Really not much stitching. I'm just stitching in the ditch. And I'm literally just stitching right off. I'll trim my threads. Just a little, just for fun project, because I can. Just holding it down, that's all it's doing. Alright, so I'm going to take all these little threads off. Alright. There we go. My little tiny random project
It looks cool.
of the day. So it's a little mug rug. Here's my little tiny mug rug. Obviously the camera colors doesn't pick it up. That's purples. And so the camera's not picking up the color that it really truly is. And there's the back. Alright. And because I haven't done this in so long, for all of those of you who stuck around to the end, I am going to give this away. Huh? Hold on. Okay. Alright, so for those of you who stuck around, I'm going to give the little project away and I will send it in the mail to one lucky winner today. Well,
No,
not
won't
today's
go,
mail.
Won't go till
You know what I mean.
Tuesday.
It will
Tomorrow's a
go
holiday.
Tuesday's mail.
Tomorrow's a
So-
holiday, so it'll go on Tuesday.
I need to turn on a device so I can see as well.
Okay, you done with the iron?
Yes.
That is 3 times. No, 2 times.
Alright, let me turn this on so that I can have the chat right here.
Well, I got it right here.
I know, but we need to both see at the same time. It makes it easier. Alrighty.
Oh. You're picky. I
Yes.
liked mine.
Alright, so to win my little
Too obvious.
mug rug project that I just threw together, we are going to do, oops, turn the volume down. The same thing I always do because it's fun. Pick a number between 1 and 100. First person to get that number correct will be the winner of this little mug rug. So go, between 1 and 100. What is the lucky number?
Yeah, it's hot in here, Suburban. I did want to turn it off. No one's got it yet.
Nope, still watching. Oh, Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter. She got it. That's Stephanie, number 64. Woohoo! So you have won this. So since you won this, please go down below to my email and email me with your address, your name and address, so that I can send this off in Tuesday's mail for you. So congratulations. Yay! Look at that. That went quick today. Usually you guys are guessing forever.
Yeah.
All right. So congratulations. You have won yourself a little tiny mug rug just because I made it for fun. And that's it. Look at that. So congratulations. It's I haven't done a giveaway in so long. I was
It's
like,
been a
"Oh,
while.
Yeah, here you guys
been a
go.
while.
Look at that. So
Post
it's just
office
adorable.
people. Post office ladies knew me because I was there every Monday. I'd be
I do
there.
have to snip away a couple little threads that I'm seeing. Get that little guy.
They
Anyways.
haven't seen me in a while.
So congratulations. And again, don't forget to email me, which is in the description below. Every single video is my email. Send me an email with your name and address, and I can get this sent off. So there you go. Congratulations. All right. So thank you guys all for hanging out. I am actually going to go now that I ended it with a giveaway of a project that I made, because I can. So thank you guys all for hanging out with me. I hope you guys all had a wonderful Sunday and have the rest of your wonderful Memorial weekend. And
Hopefully
stay
we'll be
safe
on tomorrow for the
and-
holiday just to do
yeah,
something.
hopefully I'll be here tomorrow to do something. I don't
But
know
there's
what
no
yet.
guarantee.
I actually have to like take measurements of the frame and stuff like that because I'm building something in a frame. So maybe I can do that tomorrow. Other than that, I thank you guys all for watching and hanging out with me, and for watching me bind the last of finishing this quilt and watching me throw together just a little fun mug rug. So, and congratulations. And
will you be on the Zoom?
after this, I
I
didn't
don't
know
know.
if the Zoom was on because T's at retreat.
Mary's asking, will you be on the Zoom?
I don't know. I'll have to go look and see. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow or sometime during the week.
Hopefully tomorrow we'll be on for the holiday, but no guarantees.
So. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, she said Becca's tomorrow.
Okay.
Becca's Zoom tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow night, now they're saying.
Okay. I'll have to look. I'll ask her.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everyone.
It's not going. I'm hitting the button. What's it doing? Okay, Heather, we will. Thank you.